record for the biggest views
you
on a
guys
sell
hold the
channel.
record. No one broke it. Fake OGs try to break it, but you gotta do some work.
I told these guys.
You gotta do some work.
Introverted can't make friends. Pray for better days. Now it's 300K when my day ends. Do you remember last night? Cause I blacked out in that all white dress with a back out. Said be careful with a heart cause it's fragile. Thinking about a past, make a lash out. See with me, it ain't no worries at all. Any problem, I'll be there in one call. If you like me, my dog. Finna you hang pictures on my wall.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? Up next, trades. Up next, Danny, back again with another video for you guys. And today I've got a lot of updates for you guys. I've got an insane platform to show you guys at the end of the video, but we're gonna start with showing you guys how to trade channels, how you're going to be able to use channels to your advantage to make some smart trades on the market. Doesn't matter whether it's stock market, whether it's forex, whether it's cryptocurrency. Obviously crypto is going to be the ones you guys are going to go for when it comes to trading, but I'm going to show you guys how to trade channels. So let's tune in, let's tap in, and let's see what platform I have for you guys at the end of this video. So watch all the way through and let's jump. Now we're talking about channels. Let me write this down. Channels and how you guys trade these channels. Now this is going to be applicable for forex, stocks, crypto, whatever you guys want to trade, like I said. And we're mainly going to be talking about how channels work, the psychology of it, the anatomy of it, the strategies that we're going to use with this pattern, trading a breakout if there is one, obviously, and then trading a pullback if there is one as well. I'm going to show you guys how to use these in both cases. And we're also going to be talking about the entries, profits, and how to actually manage our stop loss. So we're going to be looking at channels, and the channels quite literally do mean us having a channel. So like the up next boys, if you look here, the price action in this time span of, let's say, 196 days, for example, this channel has the length of 169 days. So what I'm gonna ask here is, if we're foot trading, we're gonna use this channel in any time frame, but for the sake of this experiment in this video, we're gonna use the daily time frame on the British pound, on the United States dollar, as you guys can see right here, the charts right here. And the way that the channel works, we identify a channel by a certain trend that the downwards fall. So if you actually match every single downward candle that has a massive wick and a close, turning bullish start from the bottom, you would actually start getting a line, and then we get like a line slash region, this type of small region right here. And the same thing with the top wigs. If you mark every single top and we connect them with a single line, we start getting a channel. But the idea here technically is to trade this after we see this formation of the channel right here, for example. So right after we see this, we're like, all right, the up next boys have a channel, we're in a channel, and we have this amount of time, which is around 111 days, to trade this channel before we break out of the channel, either as a breakdown or as a breakout. And we're going to talk about those two right now. And how do we trade these channels? So the easiest way to trade this channel is if we're actually in a bullish channel, and bullish channel, I mean this channel is going upwards. The best way to trade it is to actually significantly identify the bottom points right here, another bottom point right here, where the candlesticks actually touch these channels. So if we're at this candlesticks right here, and we touch and we close above each channel, and we open our next candlestick from another point that's significantly above the one that was marked before, it's time for a very good long entry. As you guys can see, same thing goes for the bearish ones. So if you see, if we're going bullish, but at the top of the channel where you see a major wick to the downside, so this might be a spot that we could actually identify for a short position. And this is super duper basic strategy if you're familiar with the candlesticks charts and what you're doing, but how you actually make sure how it is a really good entry. And just because we're in a channel, it does not mean that this is a good entry, or you can enter at the top and get out at the bottom, or whatever you guys think, vice versa. you need to actually be calculated, and you need to have some sort of proper tactic going into this. And the idea with this channel is to actually work with limit orders. So you don't want to wait for anything. You want to work with limit orders. And for example, since we know this is our channel, and if we're actually drawing this channel from, all of these wicks are actually above, the small wicks above a certain channel, and just because you want to be placing orders around here, you want to identify those. So for example, if I were to actually put in a trade on this channel, I would actually cut a slack and putting in a tighter one, which means if we're at this exact moment right here and we want to trade the balance off, I would have an order, a sell order set up to these exact lines, and I'm going to draw them for you right here. Look at this exact horizontal line would actually be my sell order, right? So we'd be taking a short position at this exact moment when a tight stop loss just slightly above this channel. So it'd be above the channel, and the target would be slightly above the bottom line of this channel. So the main idea right here would be actually trading this channel would be, like I said, work with limit orders. Remember your limit orders, vice versa. And another entry that would be really great for you guys to make would be getting help from your Scholastic RSI. And for example, the RSI was crossing bearish, so there's also showed a sign of reversal, which would be a really good entry point for us as well. And another point that we can get a super good trading is actually, if you look here, since we know there was a bounce off point, and at this point it did turn into support later into the late stages of the channel. So if we were to actually trade this, we'd be taking a super long position with a buy order at this level, putting a super tight stop slightly below the channel. It can be any of these daily candles, just because we're on the daily, but you can pick any of these daily candles and adjust your risk margin and your stop loss, because every single trade is going to be different, and maybe you want to take a bigger risk and aim for a higher profit target, or you want to cut your risk or increase your risk and aim for a smaller profit margin. It all depends on your trade and how you're feeling that way. So the trades can be determined by you guys, but I always recommend you always putting a fairly tight stop loss slightly below the channel. Maybe for example, this trade, if you were to enter at this price, I'd be putting my stop loss right here below this wick, and then I'd be targeting slightly below the channel right there, which would be putting you at a risk reward of 3.66, which is highly profitable in terms of trading this trade. Now, while these channels do not last for eternity, boys, we see an example breakdown right here. So if we say we were to actually trade this, and we obviously see that our candle, this right here I'm drawing, is the identification of the breakout of the pattern. And if a candle's body is basically on the channel, as you guys can see, it's literally crossed the channel line right here, then this literally tells us that the channel is weakening, and we have some closes below the channel, and there you go, we get a bounce from the channel at this point. And like we always talk about, bounces from any sort of major pattern does indicate the trend change is coming, and any type of bounce we're getting from the bottom of this channel means that there's gonna be we're gonna be getting out of this channel, and we're gonna be turning bearish. And this is basically another trade that you guys can take right here. So there's a bounce off, and this is a super nice short position, a super tight stop loss slightly above the this candle right here in the channel, just because we're expecting to get out of this channel now, and you would actually have a take profit target of around 3 or 4 ratio. So you'd be winning this trade if you went that way. And another possible thing that could actually happen in this scenario is we could have broken out this way but get a bounce basically to the upside, and this time we'd actually be taking a long position the same way, but at this exact moment we'd be having a tight stop loss inside the channel, as you guys can see, and we can trade it that way. And let's talk about the pullback right here. Let me pull that up and give you guys an example of what we call a pullback. So here's an example right here. This was a channel. Let me get rid of this yellow line. This was a channel basically, and that was going to be going and going and going on for a while, and we broke into the upside, forming a new support from A to C at this point right here. And from A to C, when we saw that C resistance was broken, we had a major pull down, and you guys can see this. This is because this indication is that if we're breaking above a channel, this means that we're front running the market, which means the market's stable increase rates has been, you know, overpriced, which causes this massive dump, and it happens multiple times in the S&P 500, and it's happened multiple times while we're currently, as you guys can see, the channel that we're in, and we're waiting for this formation to form. But if you look at the history, we've had multiple channels with the same thing happening over and over again. We go above, you know, we get a squeeze, and then we dump. We get a channel, and in fact, let me see if I can find another channel for you guys showing you the same thing right here. Yes, we can expect the same thing, a squeeze down, and then we're gonna get a dump again, another one. Basically, history repeats itself, boys. Like I said, how we trade this is the same as every other one. The pullback, like I said, first of all, we would, from A to C, we would draw a new line forming a triangle, just like I have, like a pseudo triangle, not really a triangle, but A to C line would be our support line in this case. And if we broke down into it, we would be then looking at if we're going to be going back into this channel, and right here at the top of the channel, if this breakdown were to actually happen, at the top of the channel, we'd be taking a short position right here with a tight stop loss right above our A to C line. And then our take profit would be the initial take profit would actually be at the bottom of the channel. And if you're feeling, you know, you guys can actually catch the whole pullback to the downside, then you can even increase your risk to reward ratio for these type of trades. So overall, there's a lot of opportunity to make money, and this is how you would actually trade the channels. And you can identify these channels in any different time frames that you want. You can trade it any way that you want, but the way I recommend it is either just follow the channel and work with orders at the bottom or the top lines of the channel, or trade when the price action is getting out of the channel by getting a pass out from the downside and taking a short position. Or if we're breaking out outside of the pattern, obviously you're going to be taking a long position on that trade. So huge amount of opportunity, but at the same time, you also want to be taking your scholastic RSI into consideration to make sure that your trade has some ideas and some backgrounds to it. For example, right here, I'm showing you our RSIs were crossing bearish, so this was actually a good time to enter a short. And the same thing right here, same thing. The RSIs, for example, right here, our RSIs did not know what they were doing, so kind of a bad time to take a trade, but you guys will get the idea and will get familiar with it by now if you keep trading. But this is all pretty much about channels, and if you know this, you should be able to trade channels fairly well. And I hope this was helpful for you guys, because there's a lot of people that make these mistakes trading on the market. So I hope you guys learned a lot about trading channels. If you guys want to learn more, stay tuned into our channel. But now, for the rest of the video, I got a crazy platform for you guys. And if you guys have not seen this, Y-5, another finance DeFi platform that's taking over the game. Let's jump into Y-5 and see what these guys are all about, and tune into the rest of the video because it has been a crazy journey. Let's jump right into it, boys. All right, boys, here we are on the platform, and obviously we are always right, and it is about to tell you guys about being fast, being innovative, and being an easy platform in the space. And the Y-5 token holders will receive 13% of each transaction directly in BUSD automatically sent to their wallet. The contract is going to be the main component of the main purchasing pair and all assets listed on their exchange. Obviously, the Y-5 token is going to be the first of its kind to become fully regulated, and that offers you guys, the users, tokenomics, staking, a launchpad, and so much more, all built on its own sustainable blockchain, the Y-5 chain. It is easy to use to receive 13% BUSD reflections. Just purchase the Y-5 and add BUSD to your wallet. The Y-5 ecosystem will be extremely user-friendly and efficient, ultimately bridging new users to the space with a warm, pleasant experience. Now, the Y-5 management team has a long-term strategy for the platform to create a never-ending yield-generating ecosystem This is done by creating their staking pools, the play-to-earn games, and finally they will become the first regulated exchange that offers tokenomics, and their team is well qualified in the risk and compliance sector, allowing you guys to achieve this goal efficiently. And their main feature is obviously going to be striving for the first regulated tokenomics exchange, 2 being the Wi-Fi blockchain, the staking pools, the custom reflections, the launchpads, the play to earn, the NFTs, and the security and audit service all together in a one-stop shop. Now, people ask me, people will ask you, why Y-5? Why you invest in Y-5? Well, boys, the conducting daily buyback and burns that's going to actually generate profit from their exchange, their launchpad, and their major utilities. That is one reason. Why another reason? Why Y-5? Buy and hold the Y-5. All right, you receive 13% BUSD rewards automatically sent to your wallet, and you'll be able to actually choose your rewards in the future as well. You get automatic LPs with a huge 4% buyback, so the team's also conducting strategic buybacks and burns, decreasing the supply and making your tokens worth more, obviously. And you can stake your Y-5 tokens against major BSC tokens to earn passive rewards. You can contract fully audited, like I said, by a reputable company, as well as a public team that's completed a full KYC audit. And you can join their community right now that's striving for transparency and global innovation in the cryptocurrency space. Now, the team is lit. The team is legit. Huge shout out to Stuart, Adam, Bradley, and Dave, and obviously our boy Paris. These guys have been in the space for a very long time, responsible for setting vision, strategy, and governance for the Y-5 platform is the man himself, Stuart. And like I said, the experience is vast, the experience is limitless, and these guys have been in the space working on different projects for a very long time, so definitely check them out. Their emails are really connected right there, so you guys can get in touch with every single member of the team. But like I said, the most important places for you guys to see and find out more about a platform is their social media, and these guys have been striving on their social media, starting off at Telegram with the exchange Launchpad platform, having 5,800 members on Telegram right now, and their Twitter, again, another 5,276 on their Twitter. And this is what I'm talking about, boys. I'm talking about platforms that are getting involved in the space. I'm talking about platforms that are in contact with their community, and this is what you're seeing right here. You're seeing an active community, an actively developing platform that is being covered all over social medias, that is being covered all over different channels. There's a lot of people talking about them in the space, and this is what it's all about. When you see hype behind the platform, when you see a lot of videos being made on the platform, you know there's something in the works being done that you guys need to look out for. Now, if you guys want to look at this Launchpad, click the Launchpad right at the beginning of the site. You guys are going to find out more about what the Launchpad's all about. If you guys want to check out their staking, their exchanges, all of that is included. But we want to jump over to the dashboard, the Y-5 dashboard.finance. This is where you get nitty-gritty information about the swapping, and look at the fork right here, man. Look how nice this is. So obviously you're going to want to connect your MetaMask wallet. If you do not have a MetaMask, I believe they have different options for you guys to connect as well with a Trust wallet and all sorts of stuff. But we're going to connect right now with the MetaMask as we have that available. Switch to the BSC network, and now we're on the BSC network, so you see the total amount of balance that you have in BNB. Currently in this wallet we have only 0.279 BNB, but with that 0.279 BNB, look at the amount of tokens that I can buy on the Y-5, boys. That is what? That's 3 right there. All right, another 3 right there. All right, we're looking at 7.2 billion tokens. I got to do a little mathematics right there because I don't see the commas, but 7.2 billion tokens picking up with 0.269 BNB. So you guys have to realize the opportunity gains here. With 7.2 billion tokens versus my 0.2 in BNB, how many more chances do I have to make millions of dollars if this token does take off rather than if BNB taking off? You boys do the math. So a lot of opportunity. I'm bringing you things for you at the ground floor. It doesn't get any more ground floor than that. And I see a lot of you guys nagging and whining all the time in our comment section. Yo, Danny, where's the platforms on the ground floor? Why are you bringing me a platform after 30x? Stop it. All right, stop it. Go back to October, go back to September, go back to November. Look at our videos back then, and then come talk to me on this video and say we didn't talk about platforms on the ground floor for the past 2 years. All right, stop it. If you're a new viewer, go back and watch the old videos and look at some of the gains that our audience has made over the past 12 months. All right, go look at the gains over the past 18 months. You're going to be shocked. You guys are going to be crying. You guys are going to be following and subscribing and getting ready to put in some bags into some of these future platforms, because again, for the next time and for future time and forever, I'm bringing you guys something on the ground floor. So look into this in the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and see what Danny was talking about to you and what I was preaching March 24th. All right. Check it out, boys. All the links will be in the description for you guys to jump into the Y-5 finance platform. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below what you think about the video. Get into the communities, talk to their admins. They're super down to earth and super nice guys behind this platform, so they're always there to help. And if you guys enjoyed the video, obviously smash the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And I'll talk to you boys on the next video. Danny's out for now. Peace.